Merry Christmas, capitalist YouTube. There aren't many things I'm an expert in, as evidenced by my previous 135 videos, but shopping at this retail succubus is one exception. I found a lot of hidden gems and a lot of turd nuggets under that glowing beacon of blue-collar sanctuary, and I'm going to share my favorite Thrifty Third Estate Section 8 approved tools to help you with your gift shopping this year. Safe to say, Harbor Freight is not a sponsor. My favorite Harbor Freight tools are these little oddball items you never see anywhere else. Like this. It's made for adding a laser to a circular saw or jigsaw that otherwise wouldn't have one, but I have no idea how it's supposed to stick to anything with all that vibration. And God forbid you should splurge on an aluminum-bodied saw. I used them in my house when I put recessed lights in because it was the only way I could figure to make them all straight.
What are you doing, Dad?
I also use it in conjunction with a level for hanging large pictures and mirrors and such. Anytime you need a straight line and it's not broad daylight, this is easier and cheaper than string. And doesn't require a second set of hands like a straight edge would. $4, but it's getting discontinued soon and my store was fresh out, so you'd better hustle. Every man needs a quality pick set for pulling seals and such. But every man also needs a cheap, carefree pick set. One you don't mind bending, breaking, melting, or otherwise losing. They're just as good as better picks, but with none of the guilt. $2. This is a keep one in every car tool. Admittedly, my cars are all riddled with personality, so your needs may vary. Comes with number 1 and number 2 screwdriver bits, and on either side, these miniature pry bar things, plus 1/4 inch and 5/16 bit drivers. The handle is wide and super grippy, and the tip is sharp. Makes a good screwdriver, but it's also great for jabbing into soft objects. At $2.50, you can dispose of it without shedding a tear, and simply flee the scene. And that's a hell of a lot cheaper than hiring a defense lawyer, even if you do live in a stand ground state. This should be a piece of crap, but it's not. Good plastic is better than cheap metal, and there are tons of YouTube reviews proving the metal of this thing. Speaking of this thing is light. Perfect for the cheapskate on the go. The handle is cushy, and it doesn't conduct heat or electricity. Helpful for installing utility poles in the Poconos in January. Also great for spark-free replacement of these stupid side terminal mount batteries. And if you find yourself ratcheting one tooth at a time near a painted surface, it's got a respectable 72 teeth and not a marring surface on it. I don't know who Grant is, but I've been buying his microfibers for years. They're another keep one in every car item. I use them for cleaning my side mirrors in the winter, cleaning bugs off in the summer, polishing my bumpers, and cleaning delicate optics and expensive instruments. And if you spend a lot of time in hotels and you're sick of the scratchy tissues and toilet paper, you can also use them to... They soften up with use, so much like a fine wine, or your odds of getting away with that thing you did with the 2-in-1 screwdriver, it just gets better and better with the passage of time. $4 for 4 of them, or $3 for 12 if you wait for Black Friday. Choice paralysis. I just want something that's versatile enough for everything. Isn't there anyone out there that's tried them all? I have, and these nitrile-coated nylon gloves are my second favorite. The polyurethane versions are even better, just as cheap and flexible as the nitrile ones. But they're super grippy, which can help compensate for your ever-declining grip strength. These are the best jack-of-all-trades and master-of-nothing gloves. They're thin enough for detailed work like this, and tough enough for splitting wood or pulling. They breathe well enough through the back and sides for summer use, And they're grippy enough for helping your deadbeat high school buddy move for the third time in 2 years because he can't pay his rent. In addition to being reasonably smartphone compatible, I wouldn't want to play Candy Crush like this, but you can pick up the phone to tell your wife you'll just be 5 more minutes, or you can call the ambulance, or Google a torque spec, or whatever else you need while you're changing your oil. They don't last forever. Eventually, you'll get holes in the back, and the coating peels off after lots of heavy use. And they run small. I'm always a medium with any other glove I've worn, but with these, I'm a large. Most importantly, at $2 each, they're just cheap enough to abuse with reckless abandon. Soak them in blood, mud, or gasoline, rip them to shreds, and buy a couple more pairs, because they're going to be on sale soon. Another thing I keep in every car, you never know when you're going to find a greasy mechanical treasure out front of someone's house on trash day, or need to rescue an injured eagle on the side of the road. They ain't sexy or romantic, but I use the absolute hell out of them, and so would your loved one. $4 for the small one, and only $5 for the big one. Kinda makes me wish I'd bought the bigger one. Oh well. Listen here, Sonny. Back in my day, these used to be free with any purchase. But even at this extortionary price, they're still worth buying. I've got one on every lift arm and every single workbench. And the only downsides are the occasional need to through-bolt the magnet back on and how it accumulates ferrous shop dust. You could solve that with some plastic wrap if you care. Just pull it off when you're done and pull the shavings off with it. But they're so cheap, you don't have to. Normally, $3, on sale for $2. These are awesome to have around if you work on stuff in wet, dirty environments. They come in a bunch of sizes, but what I use them for is my own clumsiness. I keep a Sharpie in them, and anything I take apart that requires removing more than 3 fasteners, I write on the lid what the bolt was, intake manifold bolt, alternator tie down, push rods, spark plugs, whatever. That way I can kick it over and not lose a single part. Plus, you can go backwards and install everything correctly in the exact reverse order and not miss any steps. If you're going to be stupid like me, you got to be smart about it. Third on my list of tools to keep one of every car in every... This thing. Case used to be red, but now it's black. It's the same kit, though. I've never encountered a screw this thing couldn't unscrew. And if you really want to step up your game, splurge on the 1/4-inch color-coded socket set and a small offset ratchet, which all fit inside the box. You can carry it around as a package. Conquer all of your obstacles with one cheap thing you had lying around, just like the USS O'Bannon. And when the single-piece molded latch inevitably fails, and it will, grab one of these intake manifold air cleaner gaskets from the junkyard and shove it in your pocket. And just keep on trucking. $7. Hopefully that helped you with some gift ideas for the broke tool-loving man in your life, or broke tool-loving woman, though I think we both know how that Target demo stacks up. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen.